Hi and welcome back, or welcome, whatever you're doing. If you're new to this channel, I hope you enjoyed today's video. So if you're back, thank you so much for tuning back into the channel. So the one that we're talking about today is one by, oh, that was not supposed to happen. If you're tuning back, we are reviewing Soleil BRULAN. So we're going to unbox this. I did get this. It's a first impression of the fragrance. This one is part of their more expensive range with the private blend. So this fragrance is considered to be part of like the Rose Prick, you know, effing fabulous type of line. I think he did this with this new launch of the Soleil line because Soleil, if everyone knows, Soleil Blanc is one of the most popular Tom Ford fragrances. Then he came out with Soleil Neige. It was very popular as well, and he just, you know, I think he thought in his head, let's capitalize and make more money by selling another fragrance that is going to be a top seller. So the new Soleil, which is this one, this is the newest one out of the range, is called Soleil BRULAN. So the name Soleil BRULAN means blazing sun, so it's supposed to smell like the heat rays of the sun during the summertime that are touching naked skin touched by amber. So very opulent description. It is a fragrance that, you know, had much anticipation and much coverage when it launched. I don't believe it's done really well sales-wise, and I think it's because of the price point, you know. Soleil Blanc was a big success because it was moderately priced. It was expensive, but it was, you know, something that was still obtainable. And this one, you know, he's kind of priced himself out of the market. So for this size now, you're going to be paying around $400. And this is a 1.7 ounce. Let's go ahead and open it. So when you open it, it is a gorgeous bottle. The packaging is pure gold, so they kind of did this packaging with Black Orchid, the parfum, I believe, so it's something that's, you know, familiar to the brand. With Soleil Blanc, they've also used gold as an accent to a lot of things, so that one bottle is white with gold label, and this one is going to be gold with white accents. It's really actually truly beautiful. So it has that matte black at the, or matte white at the top, and then your white label with the gold lettering. At the bottom, you're going to also get the information as to the fragrance batch code and all that information. So when it comes to note, this one's a very note intensive fragrance. It's going to have mandarin at the top, bergamot, and pink pepper. So at the top, you can definitely smell the pink pepper, so that one's very prominent. You do get the mandarin. It's a very soft mandarin. I feel like it's more of the mandarin flower, so kind of like of a neroli type of touch to the top. It's not listed as neroli, but it does have that, you know, zesty top to it. Bergamot's not really relevant in this one, so I don't think it's going to be a fresh, you know, clean, soapy fragrance, because it's not. It's going to have a little bit of an element to a soapiness, but it's going to be an expensive soap, if that makes any sense. Your heart notes are going to be orange blossom as well as black honey. So I'm not sure what entails black honey over regular honey, but you do get that because you do get a warmth in this fragrance. So it's going to be, like I said, it's supposed to mimicking, you know, sun rays touching naked skin, and I don't know what Tom Ford's obsession is with nudity, but, you know, that's what he's into. So yeah, it does give you a warmth to it. It is a very sunscreeny vibe because that's what the original Soleil was intended to be. It was a sunscreeny type of fragrance. To me, the original Soleil Blanc smelled like Estee Lauder's Bronze Goddess, except a little bit more high-end version of Bronze Goddess, you know, which would make sense because the manufacturer for Tom Ford is Estee Lauder Group, just like they are for Kilian and Frederic Malle. So yeah, you got a little bit of a hint as to what it was with Bronze Goddess, but then they, you know, accentuated it, made it more expensive, made it more upmarket, and that's the fragrance you got. To me, out of this range, the one that I like the best is actually Soleil Neige, which is supposed to be the frozen sun type of version, so the wintry version of a Soleil Blanc, because it has a little bit more of that zesty, cleany, soapy fragrance. Those are the fragrances that I like. They either have to be very extravagant, very, very opulent, and very dark and sexy, or they just have to be very clean and fresh. To me, the ones that, you know, don't do one or the other too well are not the ones that I like. I don't know why. But I'm expanding my, you know, my horizons with that. So it is a gorgeous bottle. I did spray it onto this trusty dusty card here. So the base notes on this one are going to be amber, resins, and wood, vetiver, frankincense, and leather. So again, it's a very note intensive fragrance. That's not a bad thing. I think that that's a nice thing because it does make this fragrance very unique to a lot of other ones. It does have a sunscreeny slash hair oil mixed hitting by the sun if you're wearing a very, you know, ambery fragrance, if that makes any sense. It's not the best look. It's not my favorite one from this brand, and it's really sad because with this price point, I think that he could have gotten away if it was a good fragrance at selling it. You know, he did with Effing Fabulous, you know, he did that with Bitter Peach and Lost Cherry, but this one, I don't know. It's not one that, you know, I feel like would sell very well because it's not the best in the Soleil line and it's more expensive. So these fragrances just keep getting more and more expensive. And I've talked about this before, you know, it has to be something that, you know, is still obtainable for people to actually purchase it because, you know, the way that fragrances were originally designed, and this is going to sound maybe not the best, but the fragrance house or the fashion houses came out with fragrances because, you know, some of us that could not afford to go into, let's say, Hermes and buy a Birkin bag for $20,000, we could afford to buy the fragrances. So it was something, you know, to be able to buy a little bit something from the house. And these fragrances are just getting astronomically expensive to the point where you can't even afford the fragrance anymore. And it's quite sad, you know, because although Tom Ford does make great fragrances, the quality is not there. We have reviewed other brands that have absolutely better packaging, better presentation, and those brands don't tend to get a lot of love, you know, like Prada and Dolce & Gabbana, even Burberry, the one behind me, you know, has absolutely beautiful packaging, and, you know, we tend to go for the one that is very popular, and I think it's because of the name. It's not a bad fragrance. I would definitely say that it's similar to what the Soleil line is, but it's not necessarily better. So if you have Soleil Blanc or Soleil Neige, I would definitely go for those and love those a lot more than I would love on this one because I don't know, it's not unique enough. It's not, you know, beautiful enough, you know. There's not very much of a difference to this fragrance. The perfumer for this fragrance is actually Daniela Andrier. I can't say the name, I'm sorry, I can't pronounce anyone's name. I can barely read, okay. So I mean, it is a nice fragrance, like I said, but it's not one that I would actually go out and buy. I think that if you're a lady and, you know, you're a millennial lady, I would definitely say that this is a fragrance for you because it is one that I can see a millennial woman liking or even an older generation liking. I don't think this is gonna, you know, appeal very much to the Gen Z type of market because it's a little old school if you ask me. This fragrance was launched in 2021, so it's a fairly new release, and yeah, I don't know if it's doing too hot. You know, they did have the big decant bottles. I believe that they pulled those and now they only sell the 3.4 and the 1.7 ounce bottles. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching today's video about this fragrance. Tell me what you think about it. Do you like it? Do you want it? Do you want to smell it? I definitely think that you can smell it, you know, prior to buying it. Let it wear, let it, you know, simmer. Because whenever I first smelled it, I said, God, it smells like cut fresh celery. And I don't know to you, but that I don't want to smell like fresh cut celery. Not for this price point. I want to smell expensive and sexy, and yeah, this one's not the one. So, at least for me. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up and comment and subscribe. Thank you.